admitted he fell short in the end. Should have just let him drown. Then APAC came calling, of course. Told us to expect a visit from some guy. They must have been talking about you, right? Maybe. Show us what you've got.
No one will ever stop me from making my pizzas. Pizza!
最近よく見るんだよね、メカっぽいやつら。持ってる武器も見たことないし。あんなん誰が作って操ってるのかわけわかんないんだけど。
Even though the weapons factory has been destroyed, this and other dangerous tech has been popping up everywhere. We need to use all methods at our disposal to protect ourselves.
This is really something. I'm part of the chiral network, which means everyone can finally listen to my songs.
And how chiral creatures come into existence. So, you can see why our wee girl would be an invaluable research subject.
This should make our job so much easier. And to make your job easier, I've gone ahead and shared data for a suit I think you'll love.
No issues establishing a chiral network connection. By the way, we've sent some folks out to recover the wreckage of that giant mech that attacked us earlier.
And I was the boxing champ who went up against these guys and sent them all packing with nothing but his bare fists. That's the story they tell, but...
Dreadful weather. Sorry you had to deal with it. Right, about those orders.
Now that we know the truth of the matter, we can come up with ways to combat them and their tactics. Then, maybe it'll feel like we're actually making some progress at long last.
I just pray they're strong and healthy. The elderly residents here will also be happy to receive proper medical care.
Sam? Don't suppose you remember who I am? The name's Alex. I used to work at the weather station back in the UCA.
The chiral radiation it generates can pass through objects without destroying them. Practically speaking.
These electrotraps are great. Got me out of trouble more than a few times. Any enemies that get too close will be zapped by a powerful shock.
It's the culmination of the Phantom Smith's recent efforts. I applied a few finishing touches, and voila! When deployed against human belligerents in this fashion, the Golden Hunters utilize tar to hinder and entrap their prey.
Guess I'm online now. Interesting. The network has more uses than I realized. A lot more people can see my illustrations now.
And for that reason, it holds a wealth of documentation on gatequakes, tar currents, and placates.
You're wondering, my hand is traveling through the tar currents, which is lucky because that's what allows me to keep this ship on.
Access to the site had been restricted, but we weren't about to let that stop us. It was my daughter's idea.
You might say I'm on the verge of heartbreak. Still, it's a small price to pay for mapping the beach.
We've met before, at this very facility, in fact. You might remember. My hand, at least. How's our mutual friend doing?
I've been looking forward to this moment. I should be able to conduct research at a faster pace than ever. Please accept this by way of thanks.
It would seem their presence was enough to alter the emu's temporal flow, which is probably why it didn't grow older when exposed to timefall.
Isn't the UCA basically expanding their territory? Taking control, claiming it for their own?
My jumping days are behind me. Overdoing it left me with some kind of syndrome. They call it jump shock.
Thanks for coming, Sam. I'm sorry about just now. I didn't know who you were at first.
But I saw how everyone was fighting because of me. I don't think I ever had a family.
No. No, it was not a mistake. It was not a mistake.